Alright, so this video is going to be on my Simplex 4007ES hybrid fire alarm control panel. As you can see, this panel is touchscreen and it does not have any physical buttons. If we look at our LEDs from left to right, we have our fire alarm LED, we have our priority 2 LED, our supervisory LED, our trouble LED, which is illuminated because we don't have any batteries in the system right now. We have our alarm silence LED, and then we, of course, have our AC power LED. So let's take a look inside the panel. If you look to your left, you'll see that tiny circuit board there. That is a zone expander card for conventional devices. So this is a hybrid panel like I had mentioned before. So we can have addressable and conventional devices. So when this panel comes out of the box, these two boards is what you will see inside if you have a hybrid model. The zone card can support up to 8 conventional zones. And that card can also be configured as a relay card. You can also do mix match, so you can have relays and zones. If you look up here on our top left, you'll see we have our ID net loop, which is our SLC. Next to that, right here, we have our 24-volt auxiliary power. And then next to that, we have our RUI terminals, which can be configured as Class B or Class A, and that feeds our remote annunciators. And then if you look at these terminals here, we have NAC 1, 2, 3, and 4, which can all be configured as Class A or Class B. The default resistance value for this panel is 10 kiloohms. However, you can actually change the resistance value in programming, which is great for retrofit applications. Below that, we have our power supply, which is covered with the white plastic housing. And then we have our battery terminals below. All right, so let's take a look at the devices that we have on the setup. So for our pull station, we have a Simplex 4099 9003 addressable dual action pull station. And both of our smoke detectors, the model numbers are both 4098 9714 smoke detector heads, and they're attached to a Simplex 4098 9792 smoke detector base. And for our notification appliance, we have a Simplex 4903 9236 horn strobe. And this device has a green star, which tells us it is set for 1575 candela. If you were to look at the strobe lens, and if you see a green star, it's 1575 candela. If you see a blue circle, that means it's 30 candela. And then if you see an orange triangle, that means that it's 110 candela. So let's go ahead and test the system. If you have epilepsy, don't watch this. The horn is doing code 3. Here we go. Acknowledge. Alarm functions. Alarm silence. All right. And now that our pull station has been restored back to normal, which one thing I do like about Simplex is that it tells you right there that the pull station is in normal condition, or it will tell you when it goes active. So if I open the pull station and activate it, it goes into fire alarm, and then as soon as I close it, it goes right back to normal. So I think that's a pretty cool feature. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a system reset. No alarms present. System reset complete. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of the menu options that we have. So let's press menu, user access level. Our default code, once again, 333, followed by enter. Access has been granted. We can take a look at our system information, our card revisions, and that tells us what we have for our power supply, our ID net, the panel, and our zone card. We can back out of that. If we go to software revisions, 60203 is what this panel is running. card status. So it will tell us exactly what's going on with each card. And we can scroll down and see exactly what's happening. So if I click on that, select item, it tells us that all of the devices on this card are normal right now. We can go to our alarm log. It's going to tell us everything that went into alarm with a time and date stamp on it. Same thing with our troubles as well. It's going to tell us what went into trouble and where. We can also do diagnostics. So we can do a hardware reset, a restart, walk test, piezo silence, config download, earth fault search, earth fault latch, and a NAC miswire test, which I think is very important for all fire alarm control panels to have. I wish it was a feature on every panel. Next page, duplicate device search. So a lot of fire alarm panels do have this. Silent Night has one where you can have two devices with the same address. You enable it in the programming for that function to turn on, and those devices will both light up. They won't go active into alarm, but they will illuminate out in the field. True Alert test, True Alert NAC test, CO algorithms, install mode, and that's pretty much it. And that's going to wrap up this video of the Simplex 4007ES. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to comment below. Have a great day.